Hello everyone, welcome back to my Flight Simulator career mode. This video is going to be a VFR flight that we set up in the little nav map in the last video, so just a reminder, it's going to be from Wheeler Municipal or T59. We're going to fly this VFR flight plan, Cordell Municipal, at 3,500 feet, so I'll go back onto the flight plan and I will show this when we're flying at points for different waypoints. See in the simulator here, we are loaded in, ready to load into T59 or Wheeler Municipal, so I will do that now and I will see when we are in the simulator. Here we are in the simulator, so today we'll be flying the trusty Cessna 172. I'm just going to make sure we've got live weather on. Live weather. This for real time. We'll set up the aircraft. Remove hot cover, heat cover, and the engine cover and the chocks. We'll get in and do the normal cold and dark setup. Hit tab. Go down to my aircraft checklist. Go to before starting the engines. As always, we will hit these controls. Release the parking brake. Pull the brake lever just to test the brakes are working. Verified. Put the parking brake back on. All the electrical equipment is off. Avionics master is off. Fuel selector down here at the bottom. Make sure it's select off. Go. And fuel shut off valve is pushed in or fully open. Last thing I'm just going to quickly do is, I know from, if I open up little nav map, there's a fuel report and told us we need 75 pounds or 12 gallons of fuel. I can go into flight performance, mass and gravity and fuel. And here we've got 116 at the moment, so reduce that to load. There we go, so 77 pounds of fuel in there. To the checklist. Turn the engine with battery power. Throttle wants to be about 1/4 of an inch open. Mixture is idle. Both alt and battery master switches are on. We'll turn the beacons on. With the auxiliary fuel pump on. Again, I think normally you should see a fuel flow here, but I don't think we do in this. Put the mixture to full. Down to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll pull the mixture back out and turn the fuel pump off. And then we'll rotate this to start. Slowly pushing the mixture until the engine kicks in and leave it at that. There we go. So we've done that. Get the oil pressure just over here. All fine. Have lights on as recommended, so I normally put the navigation light on. I'm not 100% sure on my lighting. I just know that we'll need taxiing and landing for landing and lighting anything under 10,000. I'll put the avionics switches on. And I'll ensure that the flaps are retracted or fully up. They are. Fine. Missing it here. There we go. All done. Again, we are flying a VOR on this, so as soon as my Garmin's are initiated, I will put that VOR frequency so I'm ready to fly that leg. All these to come in. 9 dB, so I don't need to worry about this or this. And I'm just going to tune the traffic fee. Click enter on these, click enter to initialize them. This. Just going to go down to these and I'll open up display for on nav map on this side to show us. You can see here the VOR is BFV, and as I scroll across, the frequency here is 110 is the VOR frequency. Close that down again. And right click this to go onto the VOR and set 110 in there. And 000. There we go. Switch it across. There we go. BFE, so that's confirmed. We are on that VOR frequency. Just gonna scroll across these because I don't need to worry about these. Show me a map or anything. There we go. So I'll leave it at that. Set the So this is on the timing setting for the dead reckoning, which it is, down at the bottom right. I'm going to hit B just to sync our altimeter. I'll announce taxi.
Tango 59er traffic Cessna, November 29er 299er is taxiing to runway 35.
There we go, we're taxiing to runway 35. I'm just going to open up this so I can see where runway 35 is. So here, zoom in, runway 35, so it's going this way, so our taxi is literally along the taxiway to the left to the end of the runway. External view for this. Around. There you go, so there's a taxiway, so I'll just release parking brake to allow it to taxi out. A little bit of throttle. There we go, plane's moving now, so we'll taxi to the end of the runway. There we go, so this is literally the end of the runway here because it's just a municipal airport, it's not as long a taxi as some of the other ones. Again, I'll open up the flight plan here, and we know that our cruising altitude is going to be 3,500 feet, so I'll just hold short here, the parking brake and go back internal, and I'll set up the autopilot for that. So, the autopilot to engage it. 3,500 feet, so that's going to be what our cruising altitude is. And I know that looking on this here, our first heading is going to be 123. The flight remarks, we're looking for a bend in a river. So the heading to 123, which is going to be 12 is around there. There we go, 12, 123. So that's 123 on the heading indicator. And verify we are just west is here, so we're just next to west, and I'll confirm that these are synced up. It's all fine. I can go back onto little nav maps. I'll just put this on this screen and show you that. I right click on little nav map and go on to, there should be show information, airport. The nearest weather reporting station is saying 30.28 for our altimeter, or 1025 hectopascals. So that's what I'll set the altimeter as. So go back onto this. This open. Here's our altimeter. So we said it was mission 30.28. So that is $10.25, so 10. That's what I'll set the altimeter as until we get confirmed from some sort of a controller that it's any different. Reset the view. Make sure we're ready for takeoff, so 1 notch of flaps. Mixture in full. This is set to what our first heading is going to be, so I'm all ready to take off. So, departing to the east. Let's take off and depart to the east.
Tango 59er traffic
sure this is
Cessna,
on nav
November
mode.
29er 299er taking off runway 35 east departure.
So we can announce the takeoff so we can line up and take. Reset the view, release parking brakes. Line up with the runway ready to. Yeah, so we're all lined up. It'll be a standard takeoff for the 172. Got 55 knots rotate speed. You can see that as soon as my wings are level at 123 degrees, I'm looking for a bend in the river, and it should take about 10 minutes. So that's, I'll start the timer when wings are level. Hold the brakes and go half power. Increase the power and let go of the brakes. Plane aligned with the runway with the rudder. Looking for 55. The speed is live. 40 knots. 50. 55 knots, pulling back. There we go. And that is positive rate of climb, flaps are up. Keep pitching back. And I'll engage the autopilot. Edge heading mode. Feel that we're climbing. Not here. Vertical speed will save 110. We're also turning for the heading. As soon as wings are level, we'll start and we'll tune the nearest ATC and request flight following.
Albuquerque Center Cessna,
wings level.
November 29er 299er is type Cessna Skyhawk 1 miles northeast of Tango 59er, 2,000 feet request flight following.
We're looking for 10 minutes in a bend in the river.
Cessna November 299er 299er Albuquerque Center. Squawk tree 47.
Squawk 3347, so we're down to here.
46 climb
3,
and maintain
4,
FL tree
7.
70. Cessna 299er radar contact 2 miles east of Tango. 59er 3,600 feet altimeter tree 0. Tree.
033, so I'm just going to hit B to sync it. Not acknowledge the
Roger,
radar
Cessna
contact.
299er.
So altimeter on little map must have been wrong there, or I've set it wrong on here.
Climb
But
and maintain FL tree 70 Delta 546.
I can decrease this throttle and just make sure that we're dropping down to our altitude that we selected, so 3,500 feet, which was 1,000 feet above anything on little nav map. Like I say, I'm around 10 minutes. I'm looking for a bend in the river. Use the power here. I'm looking for about 2,300 RPM for the engine. Another flight straight into the sun, which isn't very helpful, but you know. Around. I swear my altimeter is set wrong here. Let me just open up another window and work out what altimeter is in. Sure. So. What did they give us for altimeter? 3033. Which is 1027. Down to here. Altimeter 1027. A bit lower than what this is saying. Anyway, I've pressed B to sync it, so hopefully that is showing what it should be. 100% sure I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, I'm a little bit below what we said our RPM was. We're looking for 2,300. There we go. Beautiful day for flying, if not a little bit cold. Down here it's 36 Fahrenheit, which is 2 degrees centigrade. Not too cold, but really don't want to be icing in the 172s. I don't think they're really equipped for icing. Just gonna scroll this round, and I can set this up for when this leg is ready, so I know that on little nav map here, scroll along the BFE. Where is it? The course is going to be 76 at this point, so I know that if I set 76, so that's 60, 70, 75, 76, this should sink into the middle once we are almost on that waypoint, which shows we are kind of on our correct flight plan. And we're looking around for this river that we're looking for. Just confirm the next leg is going to be, we'll turn and we're looking for a built up area which is going to be Saya. That heading will be 81 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll hit heading mode to disengage the heading mode, so we'll just fly this. I'll set 81 degrees. So that's 90, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 81. I'll just hand off here.
128.
As soon as I hit heading mode, it'll turn to 81 degrees. So I'm ready for the next leg. In Fort Worth and contact them.
FT Worth Center Cessna, November 29er 29er 9er 3,500 feet.
Cessna November 29er 29er 9er FT Worth Center altimeter tree 0. Tree radar contact continue.
Minutes, so maybe another 5 minutes and we should be finding that river. Just scanning, looking for waterways, looking for obstacles. Perfect day for flying, barely any clouds where we are, and a few over in the distance, but not going to affect our VFR flight here. Coming up to 6 minutes. So at 2,500, so I'll just drop off the power a little bit. And here, so I know the cruise profile that I've set is about 2,300. It gives about 106 knots on true airspeed, which is out correct there. Oh, that's 105 true airspeed. Indicated airspeed 106 is about here, which is what I'm aiming for. That means that our calculations on our navlog we know are correct. And apologies for flying straight into the sun. I actually don't plan this. It just depends when I record the videos and what the weather is doing. I'll kind of make sure that next time maybe we're not flying directly into a sunrise or a sunset. Wind farm off in the distance. It really is a beautiful simulator when it works, and ignoring all the bugs and the glitches. Beautiful simulator to fly in, just to fly around and take in the scenery.
Center FedEx 627 is at FL Tree 85, climbing FL Tree 90.
FedEx 627 FT Worth Center radar contact continue.
2 minutes away, so any point now we should find this river. No, it's coming from, looking at the map, it's coming from the west to east. So that is from this direction, going in that direction. Down the road. There we go, looks like some actually curvy bits here, which could be a river. So that's about what we're looking for. As soon as I overfly this river, I'm going to hit heading mode. And that will turn us onto our next heading. can see it snaking through here. And confirm on the map is what it does at this point. Snaking. When we're about over that river, I'll hit in mode to turn us. There we go, so about now, hit heading mode, and the plane will turn us to 81 degrees, which is our next heading. I'm going to just hit this to reset the timer. The next leg over here is 81 degrees, 7 minutes, as soon as wings are kind of level. There we go, so 7-ish minutes. Again, I can confirm on the map, so if I just pull up the little nav map here, zoom in, this heading, basically just following this river at 81 degrees, and there's a built up area here, so that's what we're looking for next. So the VFR maps. River on our right here, just kind of snaking underneath us. Now this way.
Jet 388 climb and maintain FL430.
So I can almost see in the distance there. It's like the river that we're looking for. You see there's a couple of towers here which confirming on the map. So I know I need to turn a little bit to the right, so that's what I'll do now. A little bit to the right to course adjust for us. There we go, and we'll fly on this heading. And just check our speed. Almost correct to what we calculated on the little nav map.
Section. Sky West 63902 is at FL340, climbing FL360.
Sky West 63902 FT Worth Center radar
looks like the
contact
town we're
continue.
looking for has a road that's from west to east and a train track that enters from southwest to south. It's looking like a bit of a built up area there, so I'd say that's what we're aiming for. Steer this course. Just slightly adjust us so we're overflying the town almost directly. And as soon as we're doing that, I will, there we go, set up the next leg. So the next leg, we'll look at the flight planner marks. We're flying down to another bend in the river, so the river comes from the north to south and bends east to west or west to east. So the heading we'll be flying is going to be 148, so I'll set that up here. I won't do that yet because I haven't disengaged heading mode. I'll just let this go back to flying this heading. There we go, let the wings get level. There we go, so disengage the heading mode. Now we'll go down and set up the next heading. So it is 148. So I've got 150, get 2 off, that's 148. That's going to be about 5 minutes to this bend in the river, so I'll reset this view. As soon as we kind of level with this town, I'll re-engage heading mode and it'll turn to that heading. So we're kind of coming level with the town now. Turn this map off. See the river coming in that's on the sectional here. Start the turn now, so hit heading mode and it'll automatically turn us to our next heading. Reset this, so 5 minutes for that leg, so 2 minutes short of what we were expecting. Bear that in mind for the next one. There we go, wings are level. At the timer, expecting 5 minutes. 2,500. A little bit of power out still. Yeah, we're aiming for about 2,300. There we go. Looking at the map, I know the river will cross over to the left of us and then come back round, so I can see the river crossing over to the left here. There you go, you can see it winding to the left of us and then coming back in. So when it comes back in and we kind of cross where it bends over this way, that's where the next waypoint is going to be. And that's where this should sync up, because we'll be flying directly towards this VFR station. Or VOR, sorry, VOR station, beacon. Only almost exactly 90 degrees parallel. So we want to be going to 80 something. Scroll on here and see what the radial is from it. This will be 76. Oh. 76 there. This should start coming in. When it gets to the centre, we know we are lined up to fly this leg. And the actual course we'll be flying is 71. I'm going to do disengage the heading mode and set 71. 60, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 71. So we're set up to fly the next waypoint. Set the view. There we go, the needle started moving, so when this is almost central, I'll start the waypoint. See the needle coming in. Against the edge of the circle is when I'll probably start the turn, and then just course correct when I'm on to it. It's coming in, prepare for the turn, so ready to hit the heading mode to turn. Just judging how quickly this is and how long the turn will take. There we go, so I'm going to hit heading mode now to turn that way. It's still slowly moving, and then like I say, I'll adjust us once we are wings level just to ensure that this is neutral. Reset this and have a look. It will be roughly 9 minutes, but we know when we fly over this because this 2 marker will disappear. We know when directly on top of VFR station. You can see this line is over to the right, so I know I'm slightly right of the track I need to be, so I'll turn right just to intercept, and then once I've intercepted I will turn back over to the left at 71 degrees we need to fly. Just slowly moving, so if you want to be really precise you could take, ensure you're coming at a 45-degree angle, you could take 45 off or add it onto the 71, which is 45, 71 add 45, no it's 76 isn't it, that we said it's the actual radial. We said it 76 add 45, so add the 5 is 80, and add the 40 is 120, so I could fly at 120 to intercept it. 45 degrees, this way I'm just slowly going to intercept it. Means I will now, it's slowly coming into the middle, so I'll start my turn back to 71. Next, as discussed in the previous video, we're going to slightly overfly a Class D airspace, which we need permission to fly. So I've got the control tower frequency, which is 119.6. I'm going to attempt to contact them. Just drift slightly. Fine. Click this, so it's 19.6. 119.6. And see what we get. There we go. And we don't. What is it? Hunton Sherman is what I'm looking for. Hunton Sherman. And when I get a little bit closer, request Class D airspace transition. And the needle's drifting over to the right, so I'll just turn right to bring it more central. Go. Request the Class D airspace transition now to ensure we can fly through that airspace.
November 299er is type Cessna Skyhawk 2 miles southwest of Clinton Sherman, 3,500 feet, requesting transition.
Cessna November 299er transition approved. Report clear of tower airspace. Maintain own navigation.
Once we're confirmed that we're clear of their airspace, we'll let them know.
Report clear Cessna 299er.
I can roughly work that out on the charts. When we are maybe halfway between the VOR and the destination airport, we know we are clear of their airspace. We can use this number here, which is 6 minutes. So after 3 minutes, I'll report that I'm clear of their airspace. Plan will be overfly the VOR, fly it out the other side, set the timer going. After 3 minutes, report we are clear. And it's just drifting over to the right, so I'm just going to ensure that I keep it central. can tell we're getting a little bit closer by how quickly this is drifting. The closer you are to a VOR or a NDB, the more sensitive the needle will be. Now from here I want to be flying a 69-degree heading to get out to where our airport is. See, I'm fairly confident that I'm quite close to the VOR, so I'm just going to let this fly away. And this marker should disappear, the 2 marker. That means we've flown and we're on the other side of the station. As soon as that disappears, I'll change to the 69-degree heading that we're going to need to fly, and I'll start the timer. Tuned should be off to our left somewhere, so we might be able to spot it. There we go, I can see the airport over there. Watching the instruments. There we go, it's disappeared, so I'll change this to the 69 degrees that we need to fly. 69. Luna's wings are level. We hit the timer. There we go. Wings level, hit the timer. So after 3 minutes, I'm going to contact them and let them know we are clear of their airspace. On the little nav map over here and pull up the information for F36. Information. It is below here. So the headwinds into 22 and 17, so that's probably the runways we want to fly to. Sorry, that's not right, it's these ones. Let's go on the overview. Looking for, yeah. Elevation's 1,500, so I need to be at 2,500 for my landing, so that's 1,000 feet above the runways. The runways here. So here we've got a headwind on runway 22 and a headwind on runway 17, so they're probably the two that I want to land at. This back over. At 1:20. I'll just bring this back. I can see on this sectional that when I'm on the other side of this wind farm here, I'm out of their airspace, and I can see the wind farm on the simulator. And now once I've passed that wind farm, let them know I'm clear of their airspace. After that, I will contact our destination airport and let them know that I'm wanting to come in for a full stop landing. kind of getting close to theirs, I will go down to the pattern altitude, or the altitude that I want to be at to land. Just gonna descend here down to that altitude. Overflying this wind farm now, so I know once I'm kind of almost on the other side, I'll let them know that I am here. Again, I can see on the sectional that the airport's on the other side of a built-up area. A bit of a built-up area here, so I know the airport's going to be over in this direction. So I will course adjust. Bottom clear of the Class D airspace.
Tower Cessna 299er is clear of the tower airspace.
Cessna 299er contact approach on 1251. Good day.
Acknowledge the handoff. I don't know what approach you can tell us because we're not going to the airport. I've actually done this in the simulator. I've always just avoided airspaces, so learning alongside with me. Well, it's not going to do much. What we learned from that? 125.1. 125.1. Contact. There we go.
Approach Cessna November 29er 299er 2,500 feet.
Cessna November 299er approach altimeter tree 0. Tree radar contact continue.
Thank you very much. I will now contact. Go ahead into Cordell Municipal, doing the traffic. What's the runway? And we said we want runway. What was it? Runway 22 or 17. So we're coming kind of to the north of it. So I know that 17 is probably going to be the best. So I'll select runway 17. Announce a full stop landing. Announce the position.
Foxtrot Tree 6 traffic Cessna November 299er 3 miles west 2500. Fort inbound to land runway 17.
I'm just looking out for the. It's like the airport here. I will pick off the autopilot. No, reset the view. Fly us in. Autopilot disengaged. Oh, there we go. And I'll just announce on final.
Foxtrot Tree 6 traffic Cessna November 299er is on final runway 17 to land.
No, it's just standard manual land. Down here, just make sure it's roughly about 45 degrees behind us. I'm going to turn us in. Gentle turn and line up. This off for you guys so you can see me land this. There's the runway there. Rating up to it. Just confirm. Oh. No landing lights, it's all just judging. I'll just 17, so I'm on the runway. All out. I'm now at idle. Just bleed the speed. That's at the end of the runway. Just. There we go. The brakes. Straighten up with the rudder. What's up? To the end. I'm actually familiar with this airport, so And if there's a taxiway at the end. If there isn't, I'll just make a U-turn and come back down. By there is not. It could be. So I'll make a U-turn and come back down to the way that I've definitely seen. As soon as I'm off the runway, I'll announce the taxi to the parking. We got yellow lines of the taxi lines. Speed off to ensure we can turn. Turn down the taxi line. And that nose wheel on the yellow. There we go. And that's taxi backing. It should disappear. I'll assume that's where they wanted me to go.
Traffic Cessna, November 299er is taxiing to parking.
Swing it in. Oh. The parking brake, and then we'll do our checklist. Which is in post-flight. We're in the aircraft. Parking brake is set. Electrical equipment apart from beacons off. Avionics are off. Mixture to put off and idle. Ignition switch to off. Master and battery off. And the beacon off now that the prop stopped. And this to either left or right. There we go. Parked up nicely at our destination airport. I'll just show you on the map here, on the flight planner, recenter, 36, where we're expected. It's another successful VFR. Anybody that's still with me, thanks for watching. The next few videos, I am planning on doing a set of VFR flights from Land's End in England up to John O'Groats, which is a popular walk or drive or travel that people do, but I'm going to do it in a plane. I'm going to set some parameters for the VFR flight legs, but I'll discuss that more in the next few videos, and I will hope to see you there. Thank you very much.